Hello students, here I am going to revise chapter 6 life processes in continuation with the revision lecture. Today we will cover heterotrophic nutrition in humans. By now we should know what are the differences between autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Let us look into the heterotrophic nutrition in humans today. Before we understand what all things are being digested, we should be very clear that the human digestive tract is called as the alimentary canal, which is a long tube that extends from mouth to anus. So this long tubular structure or the digestive tract in humans, it is referred to as alimentary canal. So it starts with the mouth. So let us first see what is present in the mouth. In the mouth there is teeth, yes, tongue, and saliva. These are the main constituents in the mouth. So whenever we are taking any food, first of all it is holozoic nutrition. In case of humans, it is holozoic nutrition because the whole chunk of food we are consuming. So when we are consuming that large part of the food, the teeth will cut the food, tongue will help in mixing the food. Saliva contains a very important enzyme which is salivary amylase. This salivary amylase is released from salivary glands which are present in the mouth. What this salivary amylase will do? It is a digestive enzyme. It is a digestive enzyme. What is an enzyme? Enzyme is a protein molecule. It is a protein biomolecule which will make a reaction fast. These are biocatalysts. Catalyst means any substance which is increasing the rate of a reaction. It is making it fast. So it is digestive enzyme, means it is going to digest some compound. So salivary amylase, what it will do? First of all, it is present in the saliva. It is released from salivary glands which are present in the mouth. It is salivary. Okay. Amylase. Amide means carbohydrate, ase means enzyme. Amide means carbohydrate, ase means enzyme. Salivary amylase means it is released from saliva through the salivary glands. It is released, and what it is digesting? Carbohydrate. So we consider starch as the commonly available carbohydrate. So starch will be converted into maltose, which is giving the sweetness to any compound. Suppose we are eating only chapati, okay, that is rich in starch. So this salivary amylase which will be released in our mouth, it is going to convert it into maltose. That is why just try today to just have few bites of chapati, only roti you have, and you will feel some sweetness in the mouth. That is due to the formation of maltose in the mouth. So where the digestion starts? It starts in the mouth, which is the first enzyme that mixes with the food. Salivary amylase. That is how you work on your MCQs. After mouth, there is the food pipe. That is esophagus. Here, no digestion will take place. No digestion, only movement of food. That is referred to as peristalsis. What is peristalsis? It is rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the muscles which are present in your food pipe. They will contract and relax, and they will help the food to move from the mouth towards the stomach region. So let us see in stomach what are the three important constituents which are present. Mucus, hydrochloric acid, and one enzyme which is pepsin. Now let us understand first of all the acid which is there, that is HCl, hydrochloric acid. What is the function of HCl? HCl, it will kill the microorganisms which can be normally present in the food. If suppose we are having outside food, junk food, okay, which we should not have much. So it will naturally try to kill the microorganisms which are present. And it will make the environment acidic of the stomach. Make acidic environment in the stomach. Now why this acidic environment is required? Because this enzyme, it is inactive. In inactive form, any enzyme is a zymogen. pepsinogen initially. When acid will be there in the presence of acidic environment, this pepsinogen will become activated and form pepsin. What this pepsin will do, always remember, P-pepsin, P-protein. P-pepsin, P-protein. So it is going to digest the proteins. Okay. Now what it will do? The proteins actually, these are converted into small proteins which are called as peptones. So it is with an incomplete digestion. Proteins are made up of amino acids. Proteins, they are made up of amino acids. But what the protein is being digested into? Peptones. What are peptones? Small proteins. Okay, so yet it is not being digested into amino acids. So that is why it is incomplete digestion. Still these peptones can be broken into amino acids. Mind you, okay? That is why this is incomplete digestion. Now what is the role of this mucus? Why we require the mucus? Mucus is very much essential to prevent the stomach wall lining from this acid. Because this acid is very strong acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid. So the stomach wall lining will be protected by this acid through this mucus layer. Now next, after the stomach, there are two organs, liver and pancreas, which are going to release their secretions into the small intestine. Now firstly, let us see that what are those secretions. The liver, it is going to secrete bile juice. This bile juice is stored in gallbladder. This will be released in the small intestine. Then pancreas, which is located below the stomach and above of the intestine, in that region the pancreas is going to release the pancreatic juice. This pancreatic juice is rich in three enzymes: trypsin, pancreatic amylase and lipase. It will also give these secretions in the small intestine. Now let us understand what is the function of this bile juice first. Bile juice, B bile juice, B basic, B bicarbonate. Always remember like this. B bile juice, B basic, B bicarbonate. So bile juice actually is basic in nature. What function it will do? It will carry out emulsification of fats. What is emulsification? Fat is a very big molecule. It will be broken down into small molecules. It is not digested, just broken down into small molecules, because enzyme will not be able to come on this big fat molecule and digest it. Firstly, it has to be broken into small pieces, then only enzyme will act. So in liver, no digestion, only breakdown of fat into small fats, that is emulsification. Then the small intestine will receive this and basic environment will be there. Why this basic environment is required? Because the pancreatic juice, the pancreatic enzymes, they will be active in basic condition. If the conditions are basic, then only this will be activated. Now once small intestine receives it, what these enzymes are doing, trypsin, amylase and lipase, what it is doing, let us see. Trypsin is digesting proteins. So proteins are being digested by trypsin into amino acids. That is complete digestion. Then amylase are digesting the carbohydrates into glucose. Glucose is the simplest sugar, so complete digestion. And finally, the lipids, which is a type of fat, they will be converted by lipase into fatty acids and glycerol. Again, these are the end products, which are the final end products. We cannot divide or digest amino acids more. We cannot digest more glucose. We cannot digest this. Means these are the end, finally digested products. Okay. So this is the complete digestion which is happening in small intestine. Not only digestion, but in small intestine, another very important process is happening, and that is the process of absorption. Absorption is very important. because once it is digested, it has to be going to the bloodstream. So absorption is happening, absorption of food and water, it is happening by these type of finger-like extensions called as villi in the small intestine. Another important MCQ. Where does absorption of food and digestion of food both occur? It is a small intestine. Finally, the food is there in the large intestine, where the water will be absorbed. And through anus, excretion of undigested waste will be there. Okay, so please make a note that small intestine absorption of food is happening by these finger-like extensions. Why it is required? Because it will increase the surface area for absorption. Then in the large intestine, no digestion, only water, whatever we need to absorb in the body, that will be absorbed. Through the anus, whatever is not digested, you are not able to digest, that is released through the